Long ago, in a prosperous African village ruled by Chief Mikaze, life flowed peacefully beneath the warm sun. The village was known for its fertile lands, strong cattle, and joyful people. On the day our story begins, everything seemed ordinary. Children laughed as they chased one another through their dusty pathways. Women sang as they prepared the evening meal. Herdsmen returned from the grazing fields, while the golden sun painted the hills with its final rays. As the day slowly came to an end, the villagers gathered around their homes, admiring the beauty of the African sky. The air was calm. Not a single cloud could be seen for miles. It seemed like a night that would pass in perfect peace. But then, something extraordinary happened.
Look at that massive storm cloud coming!
Hide in the huts now!
This storm is not normal. I think the ancestors are not happy with us.
I think it's time.
As thunder rolled across the heavens and lightning illuminated the land, the people of Chief Mikaze's village watched in wonder and fear, sensing that something extraordinary was about to happen. Little did they know that before the night was over, a child would enter the world whose name would be remembered for generations. Her name was Mandla.
Take a deep breath. The ancestors are with us.
The storm only grew stronger with her pain that night, even flooding the mighty Maasai River. The following morning, the first rays of sunlight crept over the hills surrounding Chief Mikaze's village. The fierce storm that had shaken the land throughout the night had finally passed. Chief Mikaze awoke early, as he always did after a powerful storm. As the leader of the village, it was his duty to ensure that his people, their homes, and their livestock were safe. Wrapping his traditional shuka around his shoulders, he stepped outside his hut and gazed across the village. Later that morning, after the village had settled from the excitement of the storm, Mandla's mother decided to take her newborn daughter outside. Carefully wrapping the baby in a soft cloth, Mandla's mother stepped out of her hut. The sunlight felt warm against her skin. Now 20 years old, Mandla had grown into a beautiful young woman. She possessed a graceful presence that drew attention wherever she went.
Hey Mandla,
Hi, Nkulu.
how are you able to do this?
I can do many things.
Ha.
Bye, Nkulu.
As Mandla leaned comfortably against the massive trunk and allowed herself to relax. Without realizing it, Mandla began to drift into sleep.
Mandla. Lead your people with courage.
I overslept.
Meanwhile, not far from the village, Nkulu was finishing his day's work. After spending the afternoon grazing his cattle near the river, he was now leading them back home.
Nkulu, have you seen Mandla?
Yes, in the afternoon she went by the river.
She explained that Mandla had not yet returned home. The news immediately caught Nkulu by surprise. The last he knew, Mandla had been at the river earlier that afternoon. Since
I will
then,
go look for her.
several hours had passed, and darkness had already covered the land. Nkulu could not stop thinking about the dangers that lurked beyond the village boundaries. The forests and grasslands were home to many wild animals. Hyenas often roamed after sunset, searching for food. Leopards moved silently through the darkness, unseen until it was too late. Even lions were known to wander through the area from time to time.
Mandla! Mandla! Mandla!
There sat Mandla, safe and unharmed. As he approached her, he could not help
Are you
but
all right?
smile. The tension that had filled his face melted away, replaced by genuine happiness. Seeing her there brought him more relief than he could put into words. The flickering light from the brazier illuminated the area beneath the great tree as Nkulu drew closer. For a moment, he simply stood there smiling, grateful that his search had come to an end and that Mandla was safe. Eventually, they began the journey back to the village. Nkulu carried the charcoal brazier, its warm glow lighting the path ahead, while Mandla walked beside him.
Night.
Their footsteps moved steadily through the quiet night as stars shone overhead.
This ancient tree has many.
Back at home, Mandla's mother sat alone inside her hut, but her mind was far from peaceful. Then suddenly, knock, knock. Once Mandla was safely home, her mother's worry slowly began to fade. After welcoming her inside, the two sat near the warmth of the fire as the night grew deeper. For a while, they spoke about where Mandla had been and how she had lost track of time beneath the baobab tree. Her mother listened carefully, still shaken by the fear she had felt while waiting for her return. Then Mandla grew quiet. There was something she had not told anyone. Not Nkulu, not the villagers, and not even her mother. Taking a deep breath, she began to describe the strange dream she had experienced while sleeping beneath the ancient baobab tree. The following morning, Mandla awoke to the cheerful songs of birds outside her home. The first rays of sunlight warmed the village as another beautiful day began. She remembered his smile. A small smile appeared on her own face. Elsewhere in the village, as Nkulu was waking up, he remembered Mandla's face and smiled, knowing he was going to see her again today.
I will see her again.
After leaving his hut, Nkulu looked around the village until he saw her by the village fire. He could not help but smile. He walked towards her, and the moment she felt him, she smiled and they started talking. Although Mandla felt a deep pain about not telling him about her dream, she had ended his questions by simply saying she fell asleep and lost track of time. The two laughed completely, ignoring the stares of other villagers. To him, her blindness did not matter, not even a little. The more time he spent with her, the more he realized how much she meant to him. He found himself looking forward to every conversation, every smile, and every moment they shared. What had begun as friendship was slowly becoming something deeper.
Episode 2: The Great Drought.